So I get a lot of messages on LinkedIn, on WhatsApp, about being a broker here in Dubai. Now, if you're not a real estate agent, but you're just a bit nosy and you want to know how it works, then you're in the right place. And if you are a real estate agent or potential real estate agent coming to Dubai, I'm going to give you the truth. Guys, welcome to the channel. You're here with me, Benny Blackwell, a Dubai-based real estate broker, focused on giving you the best, most honest investment and end-use advice when it comes to the UAE market. So the life of a broker, not just my life, I'm speaking for everyone out there, it's hectic. There's a lot going on. And the question I get a lot on LinkedIn or again from new starters in the training, because I'm lucky enough to do the new starter training with the recruits that come into my business, it's how do you manage your time and your week? And the truth is there is no one size fits all policy. I'll tell you how I work. I'm pretty old school. I'm not very tech savvy, and this whole setup has not been done by me. That's why we have a third party, Mark 8, who do a great job to take all this stuff away. Because I'm rubbish with computers, I'm rubbish with tech, so spreadsheets, organizers, Google Notes and Meet, it's just not me. I just write a list. It sounds silly, but I have a notepad here. I'll write a to-do list and I'll make sure I do everything I need to that day. And of course, then viewings will get slotted in. You know, if I've got 2 or 3 viewings, I'll back-to-back them, so I'm minimizing the time in and out of the office and parking, etc., etc. But I'll have a list of maybe 10 to 15 things, and that might be speak to my old clients, send this brochure out to 3 or 4 people for a new launch that's coming up, send the analysis for some transactions, reach out to a couple of owners who I've seen have maybe been on the market with a couple of other agents for a while to see if I can do something differently and add some value to help get it sold, whatever that may be. And then viewings perhaps in the afternoon or vice versa. And I just tick them off as I go. It's not sexy. Maybe you thought there was some sort of secret sauce. Maybe there is. I don't have it. Just write a list and tick it off. So the key thing is, how do you physically survive in a commission only role? The truth is you need to come out with some savings. Come out with some savings that, you know, will last you, I got told 3 to 6 months, and be prepared to ration, to cut, to budget, and to spend in line, something I didn't do when I first came, by the way, spend in line with what you have in your bank. The way I saw it was when I came here, it was almost like a ticking clock. And then of course the aim is to do some deals and then, you know, bank some money and build your savings up and then move on to, you know, transacting regularly, and then you're living the dream, some would say. The other bit of advice would be to start in leasing. And it's something you probably won't hear and probably not the ideal, you know, vision in your head. Oh, I want to come and sell luxury property. Newsflash, so does everyone else. And trust me, there's probably a lot more qualified people in the market to do it than you, a newbie who's just starting. So starting leasing, starting rentals. When I started, I'd done 6 months in rentals in JBR. It wasn't glamorous, it wasn't sexy, but it made me learn the area. And it's the best way to build a network. If you can do a good job for an owner or a tenant, when they come to buy, when they come to sell, who's going to be top of their list? A random guy that's just stepped into the market or a guy that's provided them with great service for their lease? Pretty obvious, right? You'd think so, but apparently not for a lot of brokers that think they're just going to come here and take over the entire market. You know. So, 2, market knowledge and information. Become a student. I don't think you need to be an encyclopedia right now. There's too much going on. There's a new launch on average every 12 to 17 hours. There's new communities, there's different developers, everyone's got a different service charge, and there's so much to learn. The best way is to be out there and be a sponge. Start small. If you're going to start on the Palm Jumeirah and you're going to be a palm broker like, you know, I still am, and I hopefully will continue to be, you don't need to learn the whole of the Palm in a day. You need to learn shoreline first, and then you need to go on to the fronds, and then you gradually build your database of knowledge, whether you're a marina, downtown, etc. Don't try and take on the world when you first come, because it's way, way too big. My biggest lesson was, unfortunately, you just can't compete with some people. When you first start, I think the best thing I can tell you to do is develop relationships where it's easy. Rather than going out for, you know, the biggest fish and the biggest deals and the biggest property owners, try and develop strong relationships where you already have common turf, whether that's a mutual connection, whether that's you're from the same place back home, whether you come from the same professional background, whether you just know a lot about an area where they happen to own a lot of properties. Just don't worry about going after the biggest fish with the smallest rod. Worry about catching regularly, worry about developing strong relationships, and essentially worry about getting your name out there and branding. And ironically, social media. I am terrible on social media when it comes to Instagram, when it comes to TikTok. It's just not me. And I know that. I tried it. I felt pretty awkward, and I'm certainly not going to be there dancing in front of a screen to someone holding a camera and playing music on their phone. It's just not me. What I want to do in my social media presence is all what I'm doing now. YouTube, long form, and that's where I feel comfortable. So when you start, don't feel pressured to do everything. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, podcasts, guided tours. Don't be afraid to just start with one thing and do it really well. Now, for me now, I've been in the market the best part of 5 years. I love what I do and I can't imagine myself doing anything else. But you need to understand at the start, it's not fun. You're prospecting, you're calling, you're essentially speaking to people who've got no idea who you are, and most of the time you don't know anything what you're talking about in terms of knowledge, area. You're dealing with people that have maybe owned for 10, 20, 30 years. They've been here when there was nothing but the Toyota building, and you're calling them to give them financial advice or investment advice or real estate advice. Respectfully, who are you? So the truth is, it's hard. You need to get comfortable being uncomfortable. You need to be willing to talk to people. You need to be willing to ask questions and focus on listening rather than pitching. And I promise you it will change your entire perspective. Going in like an expert when respectfully you're probably not one is just going to burn bridges, and you're going to sound like every other broker trying to sell something. Listen, understand, and finally, tied into that would be do some stuff for free. We're in a world where everyone charges, and we're in Dubai where you can get Kareem dropped to your door, you can get noon within 15 minutes, your car's always validated, and it all revolves around transaction, pay. The value and the appreciation of doing something for free for someone, in that case, is so much more amplified. So if you've got a client, you've got an owner, you've got a contact, go around and do a free inspection, arrange a free photo shoot. You don't have to charge for every bit of your time. Just understand that you're building credits, you're building reputation, you're building trust. So stop seeing this as how can I earn money quickly, and start seeing this as how can I develop relationships quickly. And I promise you your perspective will change. I have one mantra. I want to do as much work as possible, as much business as possible, with as few people as possible. That's my goal. And of course I want to meet new people and bring new clients, yeah. But I want to make sure I'm giving the clients that I do work with already the most amount of attention, because as soon as you start taking on too many, the time has to come from somewhere. And essentially you're, as my mum would say, pinching from Peter to borrow to Paul, or whatever she'd say, and it's relevant here. So be selective, work hard, get comfortable being uncomfortable, and understand you're not going to know anything in the start, so don't try and preach. We don't need that. We need people to listen, and when you listen, you'll give the best advice. But who am I? I'm just a humble broker who's done this for 5 years, survived commission only, and right now I'm in a position where I'm loving my job more than ever because the relationships are there, the market's performing fantastically, and we're really starting to see the UAE and Dubai particularly go from strength to strength, and I'm in a fortunate position where I get to be on that roller coaster. So it's Broker with Benny. It's just honest feedback. Take it on board, don't take it on board, either way. Brokers, I'll see you in the market. And if you're not a broker, maybe you're thinking about being one, you're welcome to drop me a message, get in touch, and I will at least try and point you in the right direction. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. It is me, Benny Blackwell. I have been a broker here in Dubai for the best part of, I don't even need to say how long, but I'm going to get on.
Okay, yeah.
Fast. Guys, thanks for joining me. It is Benny Blackwell, a Dubai-based real estate advisor focused on providing investment, uncut, real truths about Dubai advice. Hey guys, it is me, Benny Blackwell, a Dubai-based real estate broker. Thank you for joining me to the channel where we give you uncut, real, raw advice about the Dubai market, buying, investing, selling, renting, everything you need to know. Make sure you subscribe if you're interested and you want to find out more about property in the UAE and Dubai.